Hey guys, what is up? It is your friendly neighborhood Ubergoose here, and we're gonna do some World of Warcraft leveling, and here we are, right at the beginning, level 1, on our nice new Draenei Warrior. That's a bit loud. I turned up the sound because I was like, it's probably pretty low, right? Let's turn it back down. Turn the music up to compensate. So, a few things. I have crafted the required heirlooms. I will be going protection. I have found that protection is the highest DPS pretty much throughout the entire leveling process. So we're going to be leveling as protection. The reason that I currently have a two-hander is because in the level 1 through 10 bit, you're going to just kill things faster. Other than that, you know, just have heirlooms of all the ones that increase experience gained. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Why some of this stuff is broken and it's bothering me. Actually, let me go add-ons. Was it Kui nameplates? Copy from that. Okay. Let me run away and then back in, because there should be nameplates. Why are there not nameplates? Come on. What is it even? Is it unit frames? No. What is it? Here, let me reload UI, see if that solves the problem. Alright, great start. Immediately being forced to troubleshoot what should be a non-issue. Why is this not working, though? It literally works on every other character. Why does it just suddenly not work? Is it display? Combat? Why? Why is that unchecked? Alright, whatever. Here we go. We're good to go. So I'm going to loot everything as we level, because that is the way that I found to make reasonable amounts of money. Also worth noting that I have sent myself some gold from my main. I've sent, how much gold was it? Like 1,000, I think? Yeah. So we shouldn't have any gold problems at all on this character, pretty much ever, unless I want to get the 280% flight speed, flight mount, whatever, doohickey thing on the jig. At which point I'll have to send more gold, but 1,000 will be enough to do everything I ever want to do. I bet they haven't. Let me. Okay. So what are slots? There's a bunch of slots. Never mind. There's another quest out there. I haven't done the Draenei starting zone in so long. I feel like it wasn't changed, but it might have been. We'll see. I'm like fairly certain that the starting zone is the same. But we'll see. I will be, I guess I should have gone in there. I will be pretty much questing the whole time. I think I might sprinkle in some dungeons. Leveling as protection, if I wanted to, I could literally just spam dungeons and level up a good chunk faster. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Question is, do I want a profession? If I find a profession trainer, I'll heavily consider it. One of these guys. None of these guys are the profession trainers. Alright. Okay. Right, so gotta kill some mutations. Here's one little downside, by the way. And also, I don't have enough heirlooms to have the heirloom mount. The chauffeur. I have 27. Apparently you need 35? Anyway, one of the main changes that happened to all of the starting zones in general, rude, is that they really don't have hostile mobs at all. Like, they literally just don't have hostile mobs at all. Which makes them, like, obviously less of a big deal. Less of anything, really. They're pretty much, you know, you just run through them killing stuff. If I wasn't leveling a warrior, if I was leveling like a priest or a warlock or a druid, I could get through the starting zone in a matter of moments by literally just running through and spamming. Well, first, you know, killing stuff to get level 3 to get my dot ability. How in the hell do I save you? The healing crystals. Something about a healing crystal. I guess I have to pick one up somewhere. God, sometimes you need to just read quests, you know? This is a great start to the series. One of the first quests has been misread. Or I guess not misread, but, you know, I didn't read it at all. I guess, where do I... Oh, use your gift in the... Oh, it's a racial... Right, I forgot that that was one of the racials. Oh, shoot. Alright, here we go. Let's put it there, because I'll never use it outside of this. Hey. Maybe I should use it. 20% of the caster's total health over 5 seconds. That's a pretty good cooldown. That's like enraged regeneration, which is a talent that I'll be getting later. It's actually pretty good. Arcanon Poros. Wait, I have another quest. Oh, from you. Alright. And then, you know, of course, practice charge, and now we can go in and turn in more quests. So, one of the first talents that we're going to get at 15 is going to allow us to charge a bunch. It's the 8 slot? No, 4 slot. Whoops. It's pretty bad, right? But yeah, it basically you have your choice of which way you want to use charge more. And I personally think that the best option is the one that allows you to stack like do charges of charge. That's what I'm looking for. Corrupted flower and lasher samples. Okay. It makes charge. It keeps it as a 20-second cooldown, but you can have 2 charges of it. And it won't generate rage, except for once every 20 seconds, I guess, or once every 12 seconds. Which there's another talent that allows you to charge every 12 seconds rather than 20, but yeah, whatever. So, yeah, basically, one of the faster ways to get through these starting zones is literally just kill shit until you're, you know, level 10 or whatever. But the downside of that method is that you don't get to have fun doing the quests if you find quests fun. Which I wouldn't be shocked if there was a large population that didn't. So, in fact, I know for a fact there's a large population who doesn't find quests very enjoyable, especially early level questing. What is this person doing, and why are they making motorcycle sounds? So one downside, though, to leveling protection is that you don't really get, like, a rage dump. I mean, you have Heroic Strike, which is technically a rage dump. It does cost rage to use. Should I finish these first, or let's finish? It does cost rage to use, and it really, I mean, I guess it doesn't have a cooldown. Is 1.5 seconds the global cooldown? Maybe. The problem is, though, you have so much rage as prot. You're better off than Fury in early levels with your rage dumping. Fury, like, just generates infinity rage and can't do anything with it for, like, until, like, level 18 or something. But, yeah. And there, I'm glad that I turned those in. Can save a bit of a jog. Here, let's look at some titles that I could be. How about Bloodsail Admiral? I like that one. That's a good one. The rest are stupid. Can't jump over that route, apparently. Right, so the Draenei starting area is pretty cool. There's actually, you have two islands. You have Azure Mist Isle, which is the, like, 1 through 10. And then you have Blood Mist Isle, which is the 10 through 20, which is nice. It's, Blood Elves have the same thing with, what's it even called? Eversong Woods and Ghostlands. Which is cool, because most races, you have a 1 through 10 zone, and then you just kind of go to, you know, the conglomerated, generally pretty bad leveling zones, which were revamped in Cataclysm, but a lot of them are still pretty butts. I think one of the most enjoyable is Ashara, but even that can be pretty unenjoyable. Out of range. I guess. I mean, they're mutated. Oh, okay. Have to grab not mutated. Alright, I understand. This sure is a fun quest. I do remember this one. Excuse me? Don't believe I was targeting that one. Alright. I do vaguely remember this quest. It sure is fun, huh? The only quests that I really don't like are when you need to use an item that has a channel or has a like reasonably long cooldown. 5 seconds is doable. The channel's fairly butts, but whatever. I don't even know if I have to channel or if I can just move. I guess I do have to channel. Gotta test these things, you know? And what's the other one? Emitter spare parts. Are they just strewn about? I believe they might be. So I'm gonna hope there's more Nestlewood Owlkin up here. I'm also gonna hope that the parts are just strewn about. There's an Owlkin, so there will be more. But I'm looking for parts. Not seeing any sparkles. Not at all. Looks like they're all over though. Hopefully we'll find some sooner rather than later. I could, at the end of this quest, just hearth back to the crash site. If you don't know, like, the lore about Draenei, it's kind of weird. They're like... Forgive me if I'm inaccurate, by the way. But they're like space aliens. They're space aliens with interstellar travel, you know, down and understood, I guess. So where we are right now is, well, so here, wait, where's the Exodar? Is it, I guess it is Azure Mist, right? Here's Ammon Vale. That's not the Exodar. Whatever. The Exodar is a space satellite thing that was part of Tempest Keep. You may have heard of Tempest Keep. The thing is, though, Tempest Keep, of course, used to be a Draenei spaceship. And, yeah, basically what happened was something Blood Elves, Mana Hungry, etc., led by Kael'thas, overthrew the Draenei, blah, 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 etc. Also, the Draenei themselves are kind of dicks because they went to Draenor, which, if you don't know what Draenor is, I mean, that's, you know, it became Outlands, and obviously we went back to Draenor in the expansion that's currently most current, which is Warlords of Draenor. But Draenor is the home of the orcs, and the Draenei were like, alright, this seems like a good planet. We'll call it Draenor. And the orcs are like, excuse me? Do you mind? We've been here for a while. Draenor it is. That's not literally what happened, obviously, but I like to think that's the way it broke down. Went down. Something down. So yeah, Draenei are space aliens, which is pretty cool. Why we don't use their space alien interstellar technology? Fuck if I know. I don't think there's an answer, frankly. That one sells for more. Not that it really matters, but whatever. I guess I should find a vendor, right? Speaking of which, I should untrack pets. I should track in, not reagents, repair, and mailbox. All right, we got all the shit we got to track, and we Gucci. We got Victory Rush, which is pretty good. This is the bread and butter of leveling as a warrior. Just, you know, strike them and shit. Let me make sure my action bars are properly set up. Right bar 2. Is that bumped out all the way? I guess so. And that also bumps this over. This little tooltip thing. Isn't there's like a move anything add-on? By the way, if you're gonna ask about my add-ons, just whatever, it doesn't matter. Dude, just choose your own add-ons. It doesn't matter. It's one of the things that's always bothered me, is that, you know, people are like, oh, what add-ons do you have? Oh, what setup do you have? What are your blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Do what you find enjoyable, what you see fit, and it doesn't matter what anybody else does. And I understand a lot of people are like, well, no, I just think that yours looks cool, and I like it. And sure, that's one side of it. But the majority of people who do it are like, I don't know, weird about it. Specifically, Anubanore Delana. Specifically, why are you talking to me? You shouldn't be talking to me. Victory doesn't lie ahead for you, sir. Hey, we got a pouch. But yeah, a lot of people do it with, like, you know, esports games. Like, they'll see somebody has different binds in StarCraft 2, for example, and then they'll be like, "Oh man, what are your binds?" Right? And like somewhere deep in the recesses of their brain, the reason they're asking isn't because they think the binds are interesting. The reason they're asking is because, well, this person's really good at this video game. I'm not. So if I copy everything this person does, I'll be as good as them, right? Not like, that's not literally like a conscious thought process, but it's like, you know, deep in the recesses of their thoughts when they ask it. I mean, some people probably do think that as at a conscious level, which is weird and really dumb, but people tend to be weird, and quite often are, in fact, very dumb. So, I don't know. For add-ons, it doesn't matter. I use Bartender 4 for this, Sexy Map for the map, Shadowed Unit Frames for these things, the uniframes, and Kui nameplates for the thing over. This is a recount. I don't know, Bagnon, I think. Yeah, this is Bagnon. I think I have Auctioneer as well. I don't know. I have a bunch. I have a potpourri of add-ons, and that's how I like it. I have heard LVUI is great. In fact, I probably would punch somebody if I was told that again. That LVUI was great. Dude, I should be a jewel crafter. Oh yeah, I have Draenor Pathfinder. That's cool. Here, want to get jealous of my Swift Rizashi Raptor? Yeah, good luck getting that shit. You literally can't, so. You could already have it, but you can't get it at this point. So, sorry. What was I saying? I don't fucking know. Doesn't matter. I'm rambling. I always ramble. The Legion will fall. Hello. Hello. Alright. And this is the part where we vendor everything and get completely irrelevant amounts of gold. Don't even have to repair because we got pretty much only heirlooms at this point. And, is there an easier way to get there? Are flight paths automatically? Yeah, they are. Okay. I guess we're walking. There's a path that... Yep, okay. Yeah, so pretty much every zone, every starting zone has this sort of thing at this point. Where you have like this micro starting zone to get you normally to like level 4, maybe 5. With heirlooms, obviously, you level a lot faster. And then you have the overall zone for the rest to level 10, which, again, with heirlooms, it'll probably get us to 15, maybe 14. And then most places have somewhere else to go. So let's look at some horde leveling spots. So, like here, there's actually, in Duratar, there's 2 spots, orcs and trolls. And then Duratar itself, which is supposed to get you to 10. And then you can go to Barrens or Ashara. And that's, I guess, that. And honestly, Ashara is way better than the Barrens, but it also sucks to do more than once. I really prefer when zones have this sort of thing where you have the 10 to 20 immediately there. You know, it's its own little segregated thing. All right. And I like that just because I tend to not do repeat races, and if I do repeat races, I tend to try and take them somewhere else, you know? But, you know, if you're doing all dudes of the same faction, there's not that many places to go for a lot of them. Alright, let's do this real quick. I remember this one. This is a cool quest. Except that it's really not, but... Don't they, like, redo this quest in Northrend? Oh, hello? You're a Murloc. Hey, thanks for the red snapper. You know what? I'm gonna turn my particle density up to high, because as long as we're not, you know, raiding or doing anything incredibly intense, it won't hamper my performance. So I feel comfortable turning it up a bit. This quest definitely exists in Northrend. Right? It must. It's gotta. In like Howling... No, it's not in Howling Fjord. Is it? Oh, God, I don't even remember. Maybe it's in Borean Tundra. Or Boring Tundra, am I right, guys? Oh, man. That's sure is original. Nobody's ever made that one before. I actually like Borean Tundra a little bit. It is worse than Howling Fjord, in my opinion. But I don't know. It's alright. It's not as bad as it's made out to be, generally. Which is nice. Because most people will say Borean Tundra is like the worst fucking thing ever. I will say the pacing of Borean Tundra is a little bit better than Howling Fjord. So the rate at which you get out of the zone and into Dragonblight is definitely faster than Howling Fjord. Not dramatically so, but it is enough to notice. And I'd say it warrants going to Borean Tundra on alts most of the time. I'll probably do Howling Fjord on this character, though, just because this character, I'm going to try and, like, soak it in, you know? The goal isn't just get to 100 super fast. It's more of have a nice enjoying... enjoying? Have a nice enjoying. Is that a sentence that I was forming? I sure hope not. Yeah, but I'm just going to, like, try and, you know, slow down and smell the roses or something. I'm going to also open up this nice... beautiful Dr. Pepper 23. Sponsor me. No, but fucking seriously, sponsor me. Dr. Pepper's my goddamn lifeblood. Is that weird, by the way? Is that weird that Dr. Pepper is my lifeblood? I sure hope not. Blessings upon you. I'm not going to level fishing on this character. Mostly because I already have leveled a fisher. My main hunter on this server is 700 fishing now. So I don't need to do that shit again. The main reason that I leveled fishing on her is that, oh yeah, I'm the fucking weirdo, by the way, who has all female characters now. I used to hate that fucking weirdo, but now I am that fucking weirdo, so whatever. Um, but yeah, so I leveled fishing because I was making money. All of the money I've made, which so far I have been resubbed for, you know, like a month and a, not even a month and a half at this point. My 3 month resub was going to run out October 30th, which conveniently is the release date of Binding of Isaac Rebirth Afterbirth thing. And yeah, so that's when that was gonna be running out, and it would be renewed, but now it's gonna go to November. So yeah, I basically have been resubbed for a little bit over a month, and I already got enough gold to buy a WoW token. Literally from like ground zero, right? To get a WoW token, and then fucking, and then some. I have like 10k gold on my main even after sending 1k to this motherfucker, which I will grab momentarily, I'm assuming. Krona kai Cristo. Dunk. Hey, gold. Alright. So let's take our Exodar flight, I suppose. Assuming that's what this is. I really haven't paid attention at all. Well, it looks like we're going to the Exodar. So the Draenei are where they are because this fucking thing like crash landed, I guess. Hence all the, hence it being shattered into pieces, filled with dirt and whatever else. And of course being on a random island over here rather than, I forgot what the Exodar looked like. I haven't been in here in like fucking 6 years? 7 years? 6 years? Holy shit, it looks fucking nice, actually. Hot damn. I completely forgot what it looked like, and it's cool as hell. Oh yeah, the Darkmoon Fair, fuck that. That'd be a nice way to level, but yeah, whatever. Right, and so you're probably asking, hey, why are you saying that Prot, the tanking spec, is the highest DPS in the whole leveling process thing? Well, let me explain something to you. For some unknown reason, Blizzard was like, hey, I have a good idea. How about we do something really dumb? And then everybody was like, yay, do it! And that was that. That sums it up, I think. This is so weird having all these flight points. No, but they basically made all tanking specs do a lot more damage to make it feel like you were actually doing something. Which, like, I understand it, I get it. It's not a super weird thing to me that they want people who are tanking to feel like they're doing something. I mean, you are doing something, even without dealing a shitload of damage, but, they just made it so tanks do more damage pretty much at every level. And it's worth noting, I'm referring to more than they used to, but it is worth noting most tanks do more damage than most DPSs pretty much all the way up until 100. And even, at 100, depending on your gear compared to the DPS, you can quite easily do a lot more damage. Alright, so we're going to go get some Root Trapper Vines. And I guess we're going to kill some Moongraze Stags on the way. But, yeah, so Prot is going to be the way to go for the damage. And that'll be that. I don't know why you're not marked for, like the Root Trapper is marked, but, I mean, you definitely give me the thing I want. Yeah, that's weird that it's not. I guess because it's not a quest item specifically. It's just a regular-ass item. God, the music. You probably can't hear the music at all because I'm horrific when it comes to sound balancing on a first shot sort of thing. You know what I should do, actually? I should change my binds. I'll put charge on F. And you might be like, why are you putting charge on F? Well, it's because that's the button that I know how to hit. F is like always my mobility spell. Like no matter what. F is disengage on my hunter. F is roll on my monk. F is nothing on my warlock because warlocks fucking suck. I seriously hate warlock. I don't know, like I must be retarded. Because warlock isn't an excessively difficult class to DPS as, you know. Their rotations aren't exceedingly complicated unless you're affliction. And that's not even exceedingly complicated. That's just, you know, you have like 6 buttons and you have to keep up all your dots. And that's it. Like it's not even that confusing. But I just can't do it. And like I tried going to Tanan jungle as my warlock and like, you know, fought a single enemy, died. Alright, well that was brutal. Try fighting him again with a slightly different strategy, fucking died. Well, alright, I guess I'm fucking bad. You know, and then level my hunter through the area, or not level through Tanan, but, you know, progress through Tanan on my hunter. Everything's fine. I'm having literally no trouble at all with anything. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess warlock fucking sucks. Got some baleful tokens, got my hunter geared up, you know, did all that good shit, and via some naval missions, I got cloth baleful tokens, which are bind on account rather than bind and pickup, so you can send them to alts, right, from naval missions. So I sent those cloth balefuls over to my warlock, and tried doing Tanan again and fucking died fighting the first enemy. Alright, tried again, died again, said fuck it, left my warlock wherever the fuck they are. And yeah, I can't do it. I tried both destruction and affliction, which are supposedly both very good DPS in general. So, like, I must be retarded. I must be. I have to be. Like, apparently I mean, here's the weird thing too. I felt the same way on my monk while leveling, but that's because on my monk I did the power leveling through Gorgrond thing, and so when I had to finish it out in Nagrand, shit sucked because my gear was bad, right? Like real bad compared to the zone, and that's why it sucked. That's why I felt like I was worthless. But then I you know, started picking up gear from Nagrand, and suddenly I felt like I was actually doing stuff. I felt like I was doing more DPS than my warlock, who had been 100 with some balefuls for a while. So, I don't know what it is. Warlock just doesn't click with me. Maybe it's, I don't know. I like casting too. Like I like mage. Mage is sweet. Just warlock just doesn't do anything to me. For me. Whatever. It just feels to me like warlock is a useless sack of shit, but it, I mean, I know it's not, because everybody claims that it's one of the higher DPSs or whatever. Whatever. I don't get it. I don't get a lot of things, in fairness. So. Warm wishes to you. Down is a guy. Open your heart to the light. Blah blah blah, light, etc. I get it, you know, whatever, dude. Yeah, light. Oh, do I have to? Oh, okay, let me do this then. Oh, that was this one, I think. Because it's Furbolg related. And Urugu's gonna hit me up with something. Some quest in a second, I'm assuming. Nope. Alright. Let's go this way. So what is this? Moongray's Buck Hide as your Snapdragon Bulb. And then there's a quest to turn in way down in the bottom left. Also known as Southwest. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't get Warlock. It was just super frustrating, pretty much. And no, I didn't read a guide. I know. Blah, blah, blah. Read a guide then. Ugh. Fucking idiot. Nah, whatever. If every other class is intuitive as shit, then why shouldn't Warlock be? That's my stance on the matter. Because every class feels super intuitive to me. Except Warlock. Find the... Okay. Alright. Am I gonna... Also, why are there these dumb birds? The tall striders, I think is what they're called. I mean, I can live with this jump. Yeah, it's easy. And then we just lighter than Naru, even though I was gonna regenerate that fast anyway. Yeah! Okay. Yeah, why are tall striders here? I don't understand. Seems pretty weird. I guess I don't know the environment that tall striders tend to live at, even though they're in the Barrens, so I think it's a little bit on the self-explanatory side that they like arid and bland. So what am I looking for? It's over here. I mean, like, yeah, something clues, etc. I could just follow the question marks, though, and that'd be easier. Unless this is somehow... Unless I messed up. Nope, there it is. Just took a while to pop in. I was thinking maybe I had to, like, talk to the totem back there and be like, grant me the vision, or something. But we good. Is that a cobra? Yeah, I guess so. Down this way. There's a lot of running around in this starting zone. Definitely more than Blood Elf, and definitely more than every other race. Oh, that's not true, actually. Pandaria, the Pandaren start zone, which I guess isn't in Pandaria, or is it? Whatever. You're on a giant turtle the whole time. I don't understand it, but that start zone is fucking boring. See, this is like the perfect starting zone model, where you have your 1 through 10 and your 10 through 20, and they're there, right? And that's it. And that's easy, right? That's perfect. You want to know what's not perfect? The fucking... obviously, I can't find it unless... Yeah, whatever. The starting zones of, I guess, the Worgen, I can, like, sort of kind of find. I mean, like, this is the ruins of Gilneas, right? Like, Worgen, Goblin, Panda are really awful starting zones. I really don't like them. And the reason is, you can't leave them early. Like, technically you can, right? But under normal circumstances, you are in that starting zone until it's done, right? And that is so dumb. It's so boring. If I want to leave here, by the way, I can just fucking leave, you know? I can just go. If I want, I can, there's like a portal in Exodar, I believe, somewhere. There's like a portal to somewhere else. Similar to how Silvermoon has a portal to Undercity somewhere in it, like in the Sunfury Spire, I think. So I'm assuming there's one to like Teldrassil or something somewhere in Exodar, but I don't know. I've never checked, but I have to imagine based on okay. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I was looking at things. But yeah, I'm assuming it's mirrored, just like everything else. What's Venture Code doing here? God, I don't even remember, dude. I don't remember jack shit about this. I mean, like, little bits and pieces, but nothing huge. And I want this first episode, by the way, in case you're wondering. I want episodes to generally be either, you know, somewhere between half an hour to an hour, depending on the specific things that happen in the episode, you know. Like, if we level up 3 times in the first half hour, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's good enough for an episode. Done. Unless it's this specific episode. This one, I do want to get to level 10 at least. We could theoretically get higher than that, because I'll probably cut it off at an hour, which we're at 40 minutes now, so we'll see. We'll see how this one works out. But the goal will be to hit level 10 at the very least in this episode, which shouldn't be a problem at all. Should just be a couple more chains of quests. And then after this episode, it'll really depend on the circumstance, you know? But they'll always be... I'm going to aim to make them always under an hour. Always. Or, you know, if it's over an hour, not like an hour and a half, you know? Like maybe an hour, 5 minutes or something. And like I said before, I'll probably sprinkle in some dungeons every now and then. Maybe I'll do like 1 dungeon every 10 levels or something. Which in itself will probably give me 2 levels. Because dungeons are insane right now for leveling. I could also literally just do dungeons. Like, that is an option available, but I feel like that would be much less enjoyable to the average person than questing. Which is weird, because most people dislike questing and want to just have it over and done with, but maybe those people who just want to have it over and done with, God, it takes so long to run anywhere. Maybe those people who want it to be over and done with would appreciate seeing the quests, you know, that they've been neglecting all this time. So they would enjoy this series to be more focused on quests because of it. Or maybe nobody gives a shit, and I can do whatever I want. That is also an option. Very reasonable one. Oh yeah, so the other thing is, out of the Exodar, of course, we crashed over to the east out of our escape pod. And this, of course, is another pod, or was, because we were gonna fucking crash land to Azeroth and everything was gonna be terrifying and everybody was shitting themselves. I'm assuming. I don't fucking know. I don't know if the books go into specifically why Draenei are on Azeroth. I mean, I know what I know, which is the Exodar was part of Tempest Keep. Hey, didn't know about that. The Exodar was part of Tempest Keep. Like it was a fucking satellite thing. That was part of it. And that, you know, that's it. The Tempest Keep used to be a Draenei ship, and it got stolen by Kael'thas because he's a gigantic doucher. Okay, so what am I have to free captives. Okay, yeah, I can do this. This is the thing I can do. Oh, I need keys. Hey, we got a key. Oh no, one of these. Alright, this will be a really good one. Kill and collect quests are fine, right? They're okay. I'm not horrifically upset about kill and collect quests on average. This specific variety of kill and collect quest bothers me a bit more. The kill, well, it's not even like, you know, on the surface a kill and collect quest. It's like, oh, okay, I just have to, I click sparkles and everything is easy, right? Well, everything is nice and pretty until you realize that you have to collect keys from these dudes, and they're not 100% drop rate. That's when it goes down the shitter real fast. But luckily, it looks like the key drop rate is like, I don't know, 50% maybe. If I had to put a number on it. I'm also a human, so I'm really bad at gauging that sort of thing, unfortunately. Which is, by the way, that's one of the funniest things ever. Is people in WoW who like complain about like, you know, I've been farming ICC for 5 years straight and I still haven't gotten invincible. The drop rate's like 0. It's low, but it's not 0. Or like, oh yeah, I got invincible and then fucking it dropped again like immediately. Alright, let me. Damn, dude. Alright. Well, I do need to destroy something. That's 5 copper. I don't need it. I need to destroy something, of course, to get the room for the key, which hopefully will get dropped soon. Yeah, like somebody will, like, you know, they get invincible on their first farm of the Lich King, and then on their second go, it drops again, you know? Like that's that sort of thing, and then they'll be like, well, the drop rate must be incredibly high. I should have set my hearth. I knew I was forgetting something. Should I do that now? The one down here? I guess so. I really should have set my hearth, unfortunately. I mean, if I'm doing this, it might still be faster just to hearth back to Ammon Vale. And then, run back. That seems like half the distance. Excuse me, Blood Elf Bandit? No. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, okay. Alright. I understand. I understand. I don't need bread. It's a lot of quests. Sure is a lot of quests. I mean, that'll easily get us 10, right? Easily. After doing this one. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is not just one quest. Like, I turn this in and then I have to spy or something. I don't quite remember. There's definitely a spying mission on this little island bit in, like, one of the coves. I think it's in this cove that we see here. This one. That's actually a cove. But I don't quite remember. I already can't wait until I'm 20. So I can use my Swift Rizashi Raptor. Or maybe I could use my Traveler's Tundra Mammoth. Huh? It's a good one. I like it. Why does it say Alliance? Is there a different one for Alliance and Horde? Can I actually not use this on my Horde characters? Do I have to buy the Horde one for them? That's weird if that's the case, because I mean, it's a neutral mount. You can get it on Alliance or Horde. I don't know. I also have a Swift White Hawkstrider. I never got the stupid Zulian Tiger. Trader's Cove. Yeah, I believe that this is definitely a location that you spy on, like, Venture Co. things. But yeah, I never got the Swift Zulian Tiger, I think is what it's called. I got the Swift Rizashi Raptor on, like, my 3rd farm of old ZG, and then never got stupid cat, which bothered me, because at the time I mained Horde. I mained a Tauren Hunter on my old server. Weird how I main a Hunter again. And, like, first of all, this was during Wrath, right? Which means the gap between Wrath and vanilla content was, whatever. There was one expansion in between, right? Is it under? Excuse me? Pardon me? What? Don't... Come on. You just phased into existence suddenly. It's frustrating. But yeah, so there was Vanilla, then BC, then Wrath, right? People seem to... It's because he's part of the... Oh, he's part of the Veiled Sea. Jesus. Okay. Like nowadays, right, people think that Wrath was like recent. You know, you say, oh, way back in Wrath, and they're like, way back? Wrath was like so recent. The game has been past Wrath for the majority of its current lifespan. Right? Just think about that. Fuck, whatever. Like, Wrath came out... What? Combat stances. Oh, I got defensive stance set. That's weird. Alright, whatever. I mean, Wrath came out in... It had to be 2008, right? You do know 2008 was 7 years ago, right? And this is, you know, more of an open-ended question than like me actually directly saying, you do remember. But like, yeah, people are like, oh man, Wrath was like yesterday. It's been fucking 7 years, man. Wrath was a long time ago. But people tend to forget that in Wrath, if you wanted to solo vanilla content in Wrath, during Wrath, it was fucking hard. If you weren't pretty much a warrior, you were gonna have a tough time. You'd have to have, like, you know, a specific strategy in mind for every boss. A warrior could generally face roll a little bit, but even then, you'd still have to pay attention to mechanics, like insta-kill mechanics and stuff. Basically, soloing vanilla content during Wrath is like soloing Mists of Pandaria content during Warlords of Draenor. It's possible by pretty much every class, but it's difficult for pretty much every class. Alright, that's it? Okay. So it's like... It was difficult for a hunter to solo ZG. There was a nice strategy. So the Tiger boss, I'll be completely honest with you, I don't fucking remember jack about the Tiger boss. At all. Like, literally nothing. I do remember the Raptor boss very vividly because it was much more difficult, if my memory is correct. The way that the Raptor boss worked was, I think he's still there in the heroic ZG thing, and I think he does drop a different Raptor, a different Swift Raptor. Let me... Raptor. Not, well, obviously not that. Is the armored one, right. Yeah. Drop Bloodlord Mandakir Zul'Gurub. So this is the one that he drops now. This is the one that he used to drop when he was a raid boss of ZG. But, so the fight, the way you would solo it as a hunter was so bizarre. First of all, you get a turtle, alright? Very important to have a turtle. As it stands right now, your pets are not irrelevant which specific pet you have, but when it comes to soloing content, it is fairly irrelevant which pet you have. And in fact, you know, as a hunter, as a marksman hunter, I don't even have a pet because Lone Wolf is crazy good. But you'd have to have a turtle because, first of all, they were tenacity. And back then, you couldn't just change the spec of your pet. There were tenacity pets, there were ferocity pets, there were cunning pets, and that was that. And you had to have the correct one for the job, right? But you get a turtle because he was tenacity, and also he had active mitigation with his shell, which was very important because there was a stage in the fight where Bloodlord Mandakir would start just chunking the turtle. And so, basically what you would do, he's up on like a ziggurat, right? And on the ziggurat, there's a platform to either side of the staircase that you can't get to without jumping off the staircase, basically. And what you would do is you'd aggro him. You'd have your turtle stay at the base of the staircase, right? And then you'd misdirect the turtle. You'd aggro Bloodlord Mandakir. His raptor pet would aggro you, while he himself would aggro your turtle. Perfect. You climb up the stairs, you jump off the stairs to the platform. His pet, I believe it was a pet raptor, it had to be. The dude was all about raptors. The pet would stand on the staircase staring at you and be evade bugged, right? And then Bloodlord Mandakir would be aggroed on your turtle. And then what you would do is you'd, continually mend pet and try and DPS down Bloodlord Mandakir. He would occasionally go into a big rage. I don't remember exactly what triggered it, but he definitely did it. Whatever. Give me. Oh, Jesus. Get rid of fucking that. I don't need a shiny bauble, you dumb idiot. Actually, which one of these sells for more? That one? Yeah, whatever. I'll just grab these boots because I have really shitty cloth ones, even though that's irrelevant. Oh, god damn it. Alright, I'm gonna vendor first. Yeah, and so it was very important also. This is, again, way back when, in Wrath of the Lich King, where in order to maintain threat, you'd have to do actual things. It wasn't just like a default, hey, I'm a thing that's intended to hold threat, thus I am holding threat. So your pet could easily lose aggro, right? Easily. And if they did, they could not regain it because, oh, she's doing an RP thing. Because Mandakir, if you pull aggro, he would begin evade bugging, so your pet could not do anything to him. Which made it very frustrating. Because if you overcame the aggro of your turtle, you got fucked up. It was bad. It was real bad. I guess he was. Then why was she talking? Whatever. Arcanon Poros. Hey, I'm level 10. Hey! Damn it! Alright, well let's choose protection. Learn it. Easy. Easy peasy. Goosh goosh. Boo goo. Do goo. Don't care about that. Want that. Actually, I want this like that, and then where is Heroic Strike? Let's put that there, and then Execute I'll put on E. There we go. Yeah, so it was a pain to fight Bloodlord Mandakir. But I mean, you did it because you get a raptor, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we're level 10, and that took about an hour, which is fairly slow, but that's because I'm doing only quests. I'm not grinding mobs and shit. If I wanted to speed level, I would be grinding mobs and shit. However, that is not my current intent. Goal is pretty much just, level and have fun. And I'm having fun doing all these questies. These questy shiz. Anyway, that'll be it for this episode. I will see you guys back in the next one. Anyone need port out of here? PM me. I mean, there's probably one in exit. Anyway, I'll see you back in the next one, or hopefully we can probably hit level 15. We'll see how that works out. But, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.